Give it up for Enemy Rose Ranger. She loves penis buildings as much as the next guy. That's great. We have one more comic for you tonight. He is a man of mystery. He only goes by 2 letters. And I think it was a G and a C. What does it stand for? Nobody knows. Giggles and comedy? I don't know.
God's creation.
God's creation.
Greek crackers?
Okay.
Wow.
GC here. So today I was at my job. I was promoted to customer.
Woo!
Yeah. For those intellectually challenged, that means I was shit canned. Fired. See ya. There's the door. But it was good. It was good. I actually had a fuck up with my FMLA. I had COVID at the end of the year, and they sent me a letter saying, well, you got 400 hours of FMLA and shit, and I was having some issues, so I took some sick time. We got a limited time. And then my manager was like, hey, that shit didn't go through. And then he wrote me up for all the time I thought I had FMLA, because they sent me a fucking letter telling me I had FMLA. So I was like, okay, this motherfucker wants to play. Don't you know I'm loco, essay? So I started calling in. I was like, oh, fuck this shit, whatever. Today's busy, I'll take the day off. I was like, fuck it. You got free sick time. So then they fucking had another meeting with me, and they're like, hey, you're calling in too much. You're not getting paid for sick time anymore. I was like, oh, really? Okay, cool. The meeting ended, so I was like, sending an email. I was like, yeah, I don't feel good. I'm taking the rest of the day off. I don't feel good. Fuck you. And kept going on and shit. And today they were like, hey, we're letting you go. And I was like, all right, cool, thanks. And honestly, couldn't be happier. I mean, I'm just done working for those soul-crushing jobs for corporations that are actually secretly led by Nazis. Can't do it anymore. Speaking of Nazis, though, fun fact, I recently read that our last commander-in-chief, he told his generals that he's like, why can't you be like the generals of World War II? Why can't you be more like them? Talking about Nazi generals. And I guess the generals replied, that his generals tried to kill him, right? Apparently, I don't know, I guess he didn't know that, but he was, he's like, whatever, Zeke off, whatever. Yeah, whatever, cool, good stuff. But getting fired today, it made me think about previous jobs that I've been fired from, because it's happened before, I'm not gonna lie. Whatever, I'm not the best employee, I guess, at times. And my first job, when I was a young buck, actually, I got this t-shirt that day I got fired. Back when Daytona Beach had spring break, and it was like, MTV was there, people were doing drugs, partying, it was fun times. And I was just a young buck, and skipped school that day. It was a place called Quincy's Steakhouse. And just real quick, I'll tell you, they had the best fucking yeast rolls. They called them the big fat yeast rolls. It was like fucking crack. I mean, these yeast rolls were good. I'm not saying that, I think they went out of business, and I'm not saying that I would, Melendez Brothers my parental units for a dozen of these fucking yeast rolls. But I'm not saying I wouldn't, They're that fucking good. But the problem is, I don't have a brother. So that's logistics, that kind of fuck shit up. And my sister, she's dead, so can't be the, Wonder Twin Power shit, she's already moved over. If they made it a baker's dozen, I guess I could do a solo job and just take them out myself, But it'd be like a family reunion in heaven, so I'd be doing a nice thing, if you think about it. So, But yeah, these fucking yeast rolls were the bomb. And one day, again, young buck, Daytona Beach, spring break, I got fucked up. I got hammered and got home, and my mom, she thought it was a good idea to bring me to work because I was scheduled, She brings me to work. I think I still was wearing the t-shirt, and I was hammered. I'm like, yeah, hey, and I was late. They're like, yeah, you're fired. I was like, oh, sweet. I'm hammered. I shouldn't be working. So another job, I don't know if this was my second job, but this was a fun job. Legit, it was working for a fucking Italian gangster mobster. His name was Rocco. Dude wore like the suits every day, like the 1970s gangster suits. He had the hat, you know, the fedora, the fucking pocket square, and we were doing like telemarketing to college kids, saying like, "Hey, send in this money. We're gonna get you this prep kit for college or some shit, some fucking scam." Like I guess you know Rocco's running, and that shit lasted like 2 fucking weeks. We showed up to work one day, and it's just shut down. Like the FBI's there, they're just like, "Yeah, you're not working." I'd like to say that was like the only time I showed up to a job that was shut down, but it was not. All right, well, you know, I guess I'm looking for a job these days, so if you know anything, I'm good with people. Sometimes. All right, that's my time, Lord. Thank you.
Give it up for Gringo Chalupa, GC, everyone's favorite. Great. I had something to say and I forgot. Oh yeah, I lied about it, the comedy being done. We got 2 more, because why not?